Welcome to Viben Now, a collection of guided meditations put into podcast form for your easy listening. My name is Vivian Gerard, and I will be walking with you through the intoxicating now moments of life here on this planet. These audios are intended to be used as a full meditation if you want to close your eyes, settle down into a comfy spot, and let your subconscious come all the way forward. Or it can simply be some background conversation where the nuggets of information that you most need will make their way into your awareness. Whichever way it works for you, I invite you to open up and enjoy fully this journey of life that we are all taking together. So much love to you.
Good morning and welcome to Soul Shine. Today is Sunday, September the 11th, my grandmother's birthday, and also, a day of honoring love, honoring those who have passed. So, I'm arriving a little sad, but in like a beautiful way, right? In a way of just honoring love. Like that's probably the best way to describe it. So we will see where today takes us. We will see where it goes. All right, let's start with breath. So go ahead and feel yourself landing in your body, landing in your chair, on the floor, back against a tree, wherever you happen to be today. Go ahead and bring yourself fully into this moment. And often the best, the easiest, the fastest way to come into presence is through breath. So notice your breathing as you get going on this Sunday morning. It might be super early for you, or it might be mid-morning. You might be listening to this and it's not even a morning if you're listening to the recording. But in this moment, notice your breath. And find a rhythm that just feels easy. So sometimes that takes a conscious relaxing of our body, of our muscles. You know, we hold everything tight to make sure that the breath is coming in and going out, coming in and going out. There's this yoga breath. It's called breath of fire. And the yoga instructor, when she was teaching it to us, she was trying to explain it. I could not understand what she was doing. And finally, like something just clicked and I could start doing it. But it's so fast, it's like you're almost hyperventilating, but it's supposed to really move the energy quickly. And it provides such a contrast to this easy breath, right? This gentle, like, I'm alive, I'm here, I'm peaceful, my heart is open, right? I have this beautiful gift of a day in front of me. And so through the breath, you can start to just release some of the heaviness or the pieces that make it feel like you have to struggle or fight or resist or push against life. So use the breath to just slowly bring your body into a relaxed position. Yeah, and as I like to do it, when you breathe in deeply and then you start to breathe out and you exhale through your mouth, to me it's like bringing an airplane in to land on the ground, right? Like you're releasing the pressure so that you can bring the breath lower down into the bottom of your body, into the lower chakras. You know, sometimes when we're breathing, it's fast and up high, like breath of fire is all head and nose and up. At least that's how it feels to me. When you slow your breathing down like this and you do that exhale, you can feel your energy, your soul, your I don't even know what other words I would call it, like your spirit, right? It drops further into the physical form of your body. And so the breath can be like an elevator that just allows you, there you go, allows you to come down and in. As you do that, it might feel heavy, but it's a different heavy to me than like the weight of the world's on your shoulders. It's not that kind of a heavy. It's like a heavy, like when you put water in a water balloon, you know, for a water balloon fight. I'm hoping everyone has had that joyful experience. But when you fill a balloon with water, it gets so heavy, and the more water you put in it and the more full that the balloon gets, the more likely it is that it's going to pop, but also like the heavier it is to carry. We had some water balloon fights this summer where the kids would literally look like they were having a baby. The balloon was so big, and then they were trying to walk and hold this huge water balloon so that it wouldn't pop or explode, right? If it touches anything sharp, it just shatters. In this moment, imagine your physical body is like that water balloon. And so as you bring the breath, like down, down, and into your body takes on more heaviness, more density. That's your energy arriving here in you. Right? And for lots of us, our energy is usually out all day. We're checking on everybody. We're taking care of all these people. We're running with all these errands. You know, we're go, 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 go outside of our own space. And these calls on Sundays, for me, are so much about reminding all of us to come back in. Pull your energy back into you and fill yourself back up. The only way you'll be able to nurture and take care of other people is if you fill up first, right? Because when we're empty, it's like that water balloon. It's just a little plastic piece of rubber until you put something inside of it. And the fuller it gets, the more exciting the adventure, the more play the kids were able to have with it, right? Like, look at this huge balloon. It's the same for you. So go ahead and do a couple more of those long, slow exhales out. And let yourself come down and into your physical body. Good. There's such a settling in the community, this container of all of us, that I feel when everyone's individual energies start to come settle back in. It's like the whole group, the word I would use is quiets down, right? Like it's more peaceful. There's a tangible shift, and that's really beautiful. Good. All right, so go ahead and imagine you can turn up the power of the water balloon inside of you. So if there are pieces you aren't even sure where you've left yourself on the way to here, or stories you're still hanging on to about things that didn't get done or things you're going to be doing, imagine you can just untangle all of those places outside of yourself where your energy is, and you can just start to draw back in. Fill back up like the water balloon. Just fill back up with any other pieces of your energy that are ready to come into your physical form in this moment. There you go, calling yourself back. Good, and then just do a check, like if you could see a number in your head, or you could feel or sense a gas tank lever from empty to full. How far are you? Right? Are you all the way full? Every drop of your energy is here in you in this moment? Or is there a little bit more that can still come in? Pay attention to yourself. Like, take care of your energy first. Right? Don't worry about anybody else, or if people have already filled up and maybe you still need to fill up and you're going to go slow and it's going to take the group into a slower process. No, just do you right now. Give yourself permission to just take care of your energy and see how much of me is here And how much of me still wants to come back in? And then allow room for that. And then take a moment to get used to it, to adjust your body to this feeling of fullness. So what that means is if all of this is trying to be held inside your chest or your head, it might feel like your head's going to explode, right? Or your upper body might feel like it's kind of shaky or intense. So get used to managing your energy, running your own energy. So what I mean by that is picture your energy as a tangible thing, like water in a water balloon. And imagine you can send it down. So you can push the water down through your legs. You won't pop the balloon. The balloon will just change shape to the form of your body. And you start, there you go. You start sending the energy down your legs. Good. Right? And then all the way through your knees. Who does not need more massaging of their knees? And then all the way down through your calves and down into your feet. And then it's going to fill up your feet. So you're not going to leak your energy out. You're not going to, in this moment, send anything to the earth. We just want you to feel your energy in your physical form from your feet, easily flowing all the way through your physical body up to the top of your head. And then consciously relax all the muscles. Yeah, let's actually play with this for just one moment because I'd like for you to feel how much control you have over the energy in your physical form. So just as you allowed yourself to send it down to your feet, imagine let's see how we want to do this. Imagine your feet and your legs can get really big energetically. So you're going to pull all the energy from the top of your head, your shoulders, your belly, and you're going to take it all the way down to your legs. So your legs get big and wide and filled up with your energy. And then the top of your body starts to feel like empty, right? Or much lighter than it was a few minutes ago. Yeah, good. So now imagine you can squish or push that energy back up. So feel it starting to run up through your belly. My voice cracks. Run up through your belly, run up through your chest cavity, all the way up through to your arms and your shoulders, and then whoosh, straight down your arms to your fingertips. I hope you guys are feeling this like I am, because it's really cool, right? Like there's a way energy can just take on more heat or take on more tangible physical feeling inside of you. And it just needs your awareness on it, your attention, so that you can start to get used to it. For me, the most comfortable position to be in is energy in all of your body, just spread out, divided. Filling up, right? Like a finger fills a glove, and then the hand fills the palm part of the glove. Like energy is like that to me. It goes all the way down to your feet, and it fills up all of the cells of your legs and all of your physical chest cavity and your belly area and all the way down your arms and your fingers and all the way up into your head. You have enough energy, enough spirit, soul, right, that you can completely inhabit your physical form and feel filled up, feel full all day, every day. But what happens is we give our energy away. We shut off parts of it. We block areas. Our emotions get denser and heavier and become solid, and then all of a sudden there's a pain or an anger or a deep grief, and it stops the energy from flowing around, and so we forget that we have this control over how we manage our own physical and energetic bodies. So in this moment, it's just about bringing your awareness to it, and then showing you something you can practice, during the week, calling your energy back in, feeling filled up, and then moving the energy through your body. So why would you want to do that? Well, because it feels good. Because it feels really good when energy just flows and you feel more alive and you feel more energetic. And I mean, literally the word energetic, right, is you being filled up with energy. But it becomes a skill. I guess that's why I'm bringing it up for you today. It becomes a skill because the more that you practice working with, if that's the right word, like working with your energy, or controlling isn't the right word, because it's more a flow. Maybe that's flow feels like the right description. The more that you are in flow with your energy, the faster you can move it when it gets stuck. So, if you feel a pain or an ache in a part of your body, it's noticeable very quickly because you're used to your energy flowing, and when it doesn't flow, you feel that contraction or that block. And then you can go right to that place and, do whatever you need to do. Maybe you have to stretch. Maybe you have to yawn. Maybe you have to get up and dance. Maybe you need to massage it, or maybe you just sit like we're doing right now and bring your awareness to that part of your body and get curious, why is that there? Why is it showing up? What is it wanting me to see or pay attention to? And then can I just move it? Can I practice what we did today and move the energy through my body and give it a direction? So maybe you get used to moving everything down to your feet and then releasing into the earth. Maybe you get used to it through yawning. I do a ton of yawning for my work, right? I'm constantly, like before this call, I do my Satanama meditation for 30 minutes, and I probably yawn for about 15 or 20 of those minutes. It's energy that could get stuck if I didn't give it a way to move out. So fake yawn, and then notice you'll start yawning and energy will move. And then if your awareness is on the place where you have that block, where your contraction or your pain was, bring your awareness there and it will start to shift. You have such power over your physical body, but we're used to handing that power over to anyone else to tell us what to do, right? Go to a doctor, go see a chiropractor, and they're all valuable people. There's nothing wrong with seeing doctors and chiropractors, but I believe we are empowered to also do this energy work on our own bodies first and move the blocks. Okay. I wasn't planning on all that, but there is someone who needed to hear that, so here you go. So play with that. I really invite you to play with running your own energy through your body this week and seeing how fun and expansive that can be for you. All right, so let's check in with your body. Go from the top of your head and imagine you can just scan it slowly all the way down to your feet. We're going to go slow. And then just feel or sense any place where there's a block. You don't have to move it in this moment if you don't want to, or you can. But it's a place for you to come back to later so that you are able to have energy flow more easily through your physical form. So just keep scanning all the way down. For me, I'm about right above the belly. Right, and breath will help you move it in this instant if you just want to send it out. Yawning or burping or stomping your feet, running it down through your feet. I'm about hip level. So just scan your own body and see, manage your space. What is it that I need to clear or move? Good. I'm about knee level. And you may want to use your physical hands in front of you to just move energy, wave it away, right? It's just a physical way of you doing something energetic. All the way down to your feet. Excuse me. Okay, so when you get to your feet, I want you to go ahead and hook into the earth in whatever way feels good to you. So you can do roots, you can imagine lights going down, You can have superpowered moon boots that have gravitational pull. Whatever feels right to you. If you're sitting cross-legged or laying down, you can use the heels or the ankles of your feet. But find some form of connection that feels inviting to you, that feels like a hug almost, right? Like the earth is sitting underneath you. I mean, literally underneath all of us in this moment. The earth is sitting here saying, I'm waiting. Like, do you have anything that you want to send to me or share with me, or is there a way I can support you? Right? This powerful planet that we're inhabiting. So go ahead and feel some roots starting to grow from your feet down into the earth. Whew. And you can go a little ways in, or you can go really far deep down, whatever feels good to you. And then set an intention for the roots. In our yoga class, when we start or when we end, there's usually this invitation to set your intention. In the one class, it's when you set your intention for the long-time sun, you are claiming what it is that you want to experience next. And then we do this chant about the long-time sun. So in this moment, set the intention. What relationship or partnership do you want with the earth in this moment? Right? Is it a forcing, a struggling, pushing through? Is it more of a surrendering? Like, I'm tired, right? I'm tired. I'm working so hard, and I would just love to be supported in this moment, right? Imagine your feet can just relax into the earth. And you can have tired, sad little roots that go down, and the earth can receive those and go, oh, sweetheart, I get it. Like, you have worked your tush off this week. I get it. Right? Let me support you. Just like a mama, right? Let me help you. Let me massage your feet. Let me pull from the roots, like the struggle that you have been feeling in your body, or the tension, or the weight, whatever it is. You can imagine that your feet and the earth are now having this new dance, right? So maybe the earth is tickling your foot and saying, come on, hand it over. What's the resistance? Just open your feet up and send it out. Yeah, or maybe it's just a gentle holding, like, I so have you. It is safe to pause and just release stuck energy, toxic energy, energy that doesn't belong to you. Right? You can just choose that the flow of that stuff that isn't yours can go down through your roots, and then the earth can just take that for you. And this is another way to get used to managing your own energy. It's a way to feel in your body what's mine, right? And what is something I picked up from somebody else, from other people. For me, I'm so used to how my body and my energy system feel, and I have such a practice each day to tune in, to listen, to see, to be still, that I can feel right away, very quickly usually, when something is being handed to me that doesn't feel like mine, right? It's a heaviness that is not familiar to me anymore. I don't carry that usually. And so when I receive that from somebody else, it's uncomfortable in my body. And that uncomfortableness is a red flag. It's a signal to pause and to check in with my body and release the stuff that doesn't feel like it's mine. So for those of us who, all of us I'm sure, who open our hearts and want to love and take care of people and, have a lot of people we engage with on a daily or weekly basis, it's easy to absorb from others the things that they can't process or that they don't want to hold. The more that you commit to your own practice each day and your own checking in with your energy in your body, the faster you will be able to feel when someone hands you something that you don't actually need to hold for them. Right? And you will be able to either hand it back or just release it and run it out your body into the earth. Versus absorbing it, your body getting tired, you getting resentful, prickliness starting, a fight, then you get sick, right? You can't ignore it. Your body will force you to see that there is something out of alignment. So the faster that you get used to noticing when things are off, the faster you can release it and then just keep this easy flow of energy moving through your body. This is funny. I don't know what y'all are dealing with, but apparently this is the message we need to look at for today, is how do you really control your own energy space and not absorb for everyone around you. So go ahead and just open your feet up, keep your energy in you, and just run out anything that doesn't serve you, that you picked up for other people. Notice if you can feel it moving through your legs and going out. Sometimes energy moving in a very swift way, like what can happen right now, like for me, my nose runs, or your eyes might be watering a little bit, you might be yawning again. It's awesome. Energy moving, just let it run. Just let it run. Good. Good. I feel like I want to shake off my hands. Like, whew, did that part. Okay, let's clear that. Right, clear that. Good work. And also, sometimes it's tender to hand back to those that we love the pain or the heaviness that we know they're struggling to carry. And yet there is lesson for them, there is learning for them in their carrying it for themselves. So I just invite you to not feel guilty or like you're not being a good friend or a good person because you're not caring for other people. Carrying, right? Not caring, not carrying energy for other people. Each soul has a journey that they're here to learn, and saving them from that experience actually limits their growth. It limits their expansion, their capacity to be more. And taking the pain for them stops them from feeling it and then being so uncomfortable that they will be forced to stretch into something new. So I know we love to buffer and protect those people that we care for around us. Perhaps just pause the next time you feel like you want to absorb that for somebody. Just pause and see, like, what would happen in their lives if they just kept that for themselves? Would it bump them, push them, nudge them into something better or more expansive perhaps? And then just allow them, if it feels right, to keep that themselves. Okay, good. So let us see how we want to hang out with Source today. It feels like a hug. Today feels like a hug. All right, so imagine you can just feel Source in some form. It can be physical, it can be light, it can be a vibration, it can be water, right? Whatever feels good to you. Imagine that energy that we call God or Source or oneness can slide right in behind your back, your shoulders, and just slide in and around and underneath and hug you, cocoon you, spoon you, right? Whatever word feels right. Imagine that energy that is love in the biggest, most expansive possible understanding of love can slide in just for you. just for you today. And then notice how you feel. Can you receive that? Right? If your body is resisting or sitting up straight or trying to lean, curl in so that you don't actually feel it or receive it, notice what your body is doing and then see if you can loosen the muscles, relax the bones. Allow your body to melt or merge in for just a moment with this huge, huge love that we call God. Yeah, you can't get lost in it, right? You can't. You are already a part of that. You come from that. It's just a remembering when you sit here. It's an allowing of your physical and energetic body to go, we're not alone. Why do we think that, right? Why do we think we're alone? This is like the most beautiful of spaces to sit. Yeah, let's go ahead and just take a couple minutes and just feel whatever is coming up for you. And see if you can just continue allowing, breathe into it and relax more and more into this moment with this energy of God love around you. See if you can breathe in just a little deeper and allow yourself to relax just a little bit more even than you have already. Beautiful. Yeah, so my invitation is to allow yourself to be held in this way for the rest of the call, cocooned in, nourished, nurtured by this energy, whatever name we give it, God, Source, One, Universe. It's love. It's love. So, the topic today, I woke up early this morning, and I was just laying there, I'm like, yeah, we need to talk about, more, expanding, and, how we have these upper limits that want to keep us from expanding. I was like, yeah, that's a great topic. That's awesome. We're going to totally do that. And then I fell back asleep. And then I got up and I was getting ready, and for some reason I just missed it. I missed that today's date was September 11th, and I went on Facebook to post a beautiful interview that I did with Andrea this week. And I posted it, I was so excited, and then I went to check that it was on my Facebook page, and the first thing I saw was someone else's notice about we never forget that today's the 11th, and it just hit me unexpectedly. I just had not put the date together in my mind, and so I went to do my meditation, and it's all connected, right? Of course, it's all connected. And yet, I'll just start talking and we'll see where it goes. So, my belief is that every soul knows or chooses the moment that they leave the physical form and become consciousness again. And that there are many options perhaps in the lifetime of a human where that soul can say, yeah, I feel complete, or this is the moment, or this is when my leaving will make the biggest impact, or expand consciousness the most, or expand love the most. And it's taken me a long time to reach that belief. You know, I have been in the victim phase of that for many deaths of people I adored. You know, like, how did they leave, and why did that terrible thing happen to them, and how is it even possible that a life can continue when you've lost such big love around you? You know, everyone should stop living because this loss is so razor sharp in your heart. You know, so there's been a lot that I've explored in my own journey about death and souls and love. And this belief that I have now feels very certain to me. The soul knows, they know that it's the time in which they're going to leave, and it's part of the agreement that they've made with all of the other souls that they choose to walk these journeys with as humans. And war has been such a catalyst for consciousness changing, right? War is usually such immense loss that the hearts just crack open and love and consciousness expand so rapidly because there's such a widespread loss that happens. The thing that has been interesting for me to look at as I go along my journey is the wars many, many years ago, right? World War I, World War II. There wasn't much filming of that, much visual representation of it unless you were actually there. So the impact would be felt, you know, there was a lot of impact to families and loved ones here who lost somebody in a war. But it wasn't visual. You know, when we started with the Gulf War, I think that was the first time that war became more visual to us. There were video cameras filming the atrocities and the impact that made to us here back at home. And then September 11th happened, and so much of it was visual and captured right in front of our faces live. I mean, literally, we were watching death unfold live. And in my opinion, like, it cracked open the hearts of people around the world. This was not just a war here in the United States. This was hatred and revenge and anger and the wounded masculine rising up and attacking the world, right? Like a very visual, visceral attack. And in my opinion, it backfired. You know, it created so much loss, and yet it also catapulted so much love, so much community, so much healing, you know, such compassion that radiated out around the world. And here we are 15 years later. So what I was reflecting on in my meditation is, you know, when that happened, the immediacy of it, the pain, the razor-sharp cuts to the heart brought so many of us to our knees, you know. And for many people, that is a place where energy gets blocked. I guess this is why we were looking at the body so much earlier. That is a way for energy to stop flowing. And those that stay behind, right, and those that don't move into consciousness and the next journey of the soul, those who stay here, the pain is so intense that it can lock up the flow of energy and close down the heart because it was such a huge loss. We have widows and widowers and children who lost their parents and firefighters and police officers. Just all walks of life had this impact. So I know this doesn't feel very sunshiny in the moment, but this is where I am, and so I'm sharing it. There's a way that when pain gets stuck, it can slow us down where we feel so heavy that it's hard to function, it's hard to move. And I believe 9/11 did that for many of us for a long time, especially those who actually lost someone so close to them. Many people got paralyzed emotionally, and I believe that the choice, God, I'm so scared to even use that word, but it feels true to me. The choice of a soul that would say, I am going to transition into consciousness in this way, and it looks terrible from where you are watching it. It looks like there's no possible reason I would ever choose to leave life in this moment, in this manner. To me, like the courage of those souls that said, we're coming here to do this thing that's going to be known as 9/11, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it so well. And they did. They did. And so, to me, like honoring the courage of those souls that were so committed to love and consciousness expanding. I feel like 9/11 was such a marker in the history of the world. The world will never be the same from this moment on because we are showing you the gift of love in a way that it's never been captured visually before. You can see the faces of every one of those 2,996 people who died that day. You can go to a memorial and you can see every single name, and then go online and see every single face. It's the most tangible, physical way that they could leave behind this legacy of love. And when I think that was 15 years ago and how much in our world has changed and shifted and how quickly, there's the movement is so fast now. The pace of life is so quick. Transformation is happening so rapidly. Information is accessible at such a faster and faster rate. Everything is filmed and public. And so to me, when I sat in my meditation this morning, I was reflecting on 9/11 and all those people those souls who chose that incredibly dramatic and powerful and impactful way of teaching us love, of showing us love. I'm humbled. I'm really humbled today by that courage, and also so fiercely committed to honoring what they are showing us, what they have showed us and continue to show us. There is life after death, and it's called love. There is expansion after death, and it's called consciousness. And so you stand up and you love more fiercely. And you hold each other in community and treasure this gift of life. I'm sorry. I didn't think I was this raw, but I've been feeling this sense of urgency picking up over the last few months, faster and faster. Like, what are we all waiting for? What are we doing with our time? What are we creating with our gifts? What are we bringing to this world? How are we spreading love? And I think many of us, myself included, we have been hiding. We have such love to share. We have such beautiful hearts to open up to this world, and yet we stay in these places that feel comfortable and safe. And it's time, it's just time to love more and love bigger, love deeper, and know that it's okay. It's okay. Because there's always going to be more love. I think this morning when I woke up and I was thinking about upper limits, what I was thinking about was, when we stretch and we expand, sometimes we create these disasters in our lives, right? Like we lose our jobs or we get sick or our relationships, we have big fights or whatever it is, right? Like we create these upper limits to how much joy we can hold or how much love we can share. And so we're afraid of those upper limits when we become aware of them. We're like, oh God, don't stretch too big, because what if you create some disaster that'll bring you back down to normal? So maybe we'll just not stretch too much. Be happy in a relationship, but then don't get too happy. I did this for a long time. Right? I limited how much I would let myself relax and enjoy my relationship with my husband, because I had watched people lose those that they loved. And I just didn't want to feel the pain. So if I don't open my heart too big, if something bad happens to them, something bad happens to Brad, it's okay, because I won't really have loved him that much. So it'll hurt, but it won't be too devastating. That's so fucked up, right? So crazy. It's so crazy. And I think that's what I'm feeling today, that is just really overwhelming me a little bit. It's like, live fully, live huge. Open your heart and just go all the way in. And if something hurts, or if your heart gets tender, or you bump up against the edges and something feels raw, it's okay. It's okay. Because there's more love that comes behind that. It might be in a different form, but there's always more love. Esther Hicks talked about this in this beautiful interview. She lost her husband. I don't even like the word lost. Her husband croaked, as she would say. Her husband croaked. His physical form stopped, and he moved into just love and consciousness. And when she was interviewed, she started crying, and she said, most of the time, I feel so good because I feel him right next to me, and I hear him, and I know these things that I shouldn't know because I've never read anything about them, but I can rattle out all kinds of stuff. And it's him talking, guiding me as consciousness, as love. She said, the times I get sad, it's when I forget. I forget that I can connect to him in an instant. I miss him in the physical. And so I get really sad, but she said he's always around, right? His energy guides her more now in the non-physical than it ever did in the physical. So I offer that. I bring all of that forward in my wide open heart today. To say, love deeper, live more boldly, go out into those places that you haven't wanted to stretch into. And it's okay if you get a little scared or aren't quite sure what the next step is. Just try it. If you fall down, there's someone around who can say, it's okay, I see you, I'll step up and help you brush off your knees and get your bearings again, and we'll keep moving forward. But the pace of this planet right now, the opportunity available to expand faster, deeper, richer than ever before, it's here, it's right now, it's already happening. And so hiding limits all of us. Each person hiding limits all of us from expanding more. Okay. So what feels good is maybe 5 or 6 minutes of just being still, being quiet, with whatever my emotions, my story has brought up in you. Like, just sit with it, just feel it, and perhaps allow consciousness, love, the loved ones you have lost who are sitting right beside you, God who is sitting right behind you. Allow yourself to hear something in a new way. Feel something deeper. And then I'll bring us back in a little bit, 5 or 6 minutes. Okay. Go ahead and open up the bottoms of your feet. Anything that does not belong to you or that came up that feels heavy or stuck in any way, go ahead and just let your energy flow and let it direct anything that needs to move out of your body down to your feet. And then hand that over to the earth, right? She is waiting to receive whatever stuck energy you are ready to move. And then feel the release as you hand over that which is not yours. When that feels complete, go ahead and close the roots off at your feet. Let yourself feel your energy starting to gather from the bottoms of your feet. Your energy, pulling all of it back in, calling it back from anywhere it might have gone while we were talking. Filling your body back up with you. Yeah, and then you can imagine, if you want, that God would come around from behind you and stand right in front of you and get a little bigger, get a little bigger even than that, so that you can see how supported you are by this God, love, consciousness, universe, whatever you want to call it, this huge, beautiful source energy. You can picture, if you want, you and God holding hands, and God just planting his or her feet and saying, I am right here in front of you, and you are bigger than you know yourself to be. You have more love than you believe possible already inside you. And if you want, you can just feel, God's energy coming through your arms, coming in through your hands, running up your arms. And then filling your body up with light and love and joy. Above all else, love is joyous. Even in the grief and the pain, there is such joy from being loved and giving love and receiving love. So allow yourself to fill up from the inside, all the way down to your toes, all the way up to the top of your crown chakra above your head, and then all the way through to your fingers being held by God. Good. You can stay here if you want for a few minutes. I'll keep the lines muted, but the line open. But my invitation is, take this with you today, and how do you honor, right? What can you do today that honors the love that is memorialized on 9/11? How do you honor that in your way, in your life, in your relationships, through your actions? And let that be your legacy that you share with others today. So much love to each one of you. Have a beautiful day.